Am I?
Oh, boy. The hotline just rang, and I saw King Scott rip off his headphones.
Is it the boss again? Is he mad?
No, we got this, we got the special line in here where the red light goes off, there's flashing and stuff like that. It's a line that, Tim Allen has to call in. And the red light went off. And King Scott, like a friggin' superhero, ripped off his headphones and picked up the phone. Is our guest on the phone? Here he is
on the phone.
Here he is to weigh in on the baseball lockout, Mr. Tim Allen. Good morning.
What the?
Oh, yeah, I called into the wrong show. Sorry. Oh, Tim Allen's on the phone.
How awkward. I was called Uber. Jeez. Yeah. Oh, no. Always liked the Gateway to the West.
Yeah,
that was always my favorite ride.
So any member, and by the way, I just want to say that Tim Allen, this Friday over at Stiefel Theater, doing a comedy stand-up thing, one night only, and it says in big letters, anywhere it says Tim Allen at Stiefel Theater, 18 and older only.
We have to do that because I go back, and it's part of my act has been for these. I talked to my opening act. We work in Vegas and comedy. For those that don't know, you've seen my comedy. I've been doing this probably longer than anything else, doing stand-up. Mm-hmm. And the first time we did it, I was doing a show up in San Francisco after Home Improvement started, and some lady said, really nicely, she goes, and this was a joke that I did then, and it just, the way she said it, she goes, how do you explain fellatio to an 11-year-old? And I went, look, there should be a warning on there. I told Disney this was, and that's one little joke, and it really wasn't about that. It was about another word that sounded like that. And I said, I actually gave her money back, and I said, from then on, it's strong language is really what it is, and there's even my joke is an old Lenny Bruce bit about strong language. So that being said, it is for adults, as if there's such a thing.
Language? I thought it was nudity. I thought you were getting naked.
There is a little nudity, and that's where the strong language comes from, is because I sometimes get things hung up on my zipper.
No, it's just Tim Allen's undersack. That's it.
My goodness.
Let me write that down. That's good. I like that.
I just told you Tim Allen's undersack.
Now, is undersack one word or two?
Undersack is one word. Of course it is. It's German, I think.
Well, I you're known for the family movies and the family.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, this is a whole routine I've done for years. Is that how did I get from there to here? And literally my life has changed because of Buzz Lightyear and Home Improvement, and above all Santa Claus, which I'm prepping to do. I don't know what I think to myself. Why did I say yes to this? We're going to do we're prepping to do a kind of a hybrid as they do nowadays. It'll be a 6-episode on Disney Plus for new Santa Claus coming this fall. And awesome. Between those movies, I know what inappropriate material for kids is because I've only done appropriate material. I'm like, I remember the years, literally in AM and FM radio when I started out in college and early on WXYZ Talk Radio in Detroit, is that we had censors then, and you guys have censors. Streaming is an unfair advantage. You can say whatever you want in streaming services compared to network TV, where I've always been, where you have to be family friendly, they say. And all of a sudden now I'm kind of a proponent of it, that you got to have some guidelines for when your families are watching and the kids are watching. So in that thing, my guideline is don't bring anybody under 18 because you're going to have to explain language problems. And because I guess you guys, sack rip or what'd you call it? Sack?
Undersack. By the way, I looked it up, and it's both ways. It's 2 words and 1 word, depending on how you want to use it.
Wow. I like the fact that you looked it up. Yeah. All right, this is something funny. I got a buddy of mine, really good friend here. We're both into knives, pocket knives, and he's a big deal on YouTube that looks at studies knives. His other job is for Naked and Afraid. He's one of the editors for years and years, and he blurs out men's scrotums when they're walking around in those Naked and Afraid. And I said, wow. I mean, that's specific. That's a pretty specific job. He said, well, I do other things, but that's basically what I do is make sure that you blur out that. I goes, is there ever, I mean, you see hundreds. He goes, no, thousands. And I see thousands. And I said, well, there's got to be one that every now and then you actually stop and go, huh.
Well, look at that.
Like it's remarkable.
Look at that one. He goes, oh, yeah. There's ones that I'll bring the other men and women into the editing bay and go, look, now that.
Yeah.
That is a sack.
That is an understatement.
Well, you know the Naked and Afraid Pixel guy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I love how he's probably known in the studio as the scrotum guy. That's
Right.
the scrotum guy.
I
I've probably got a big smile on his face. Yep, that's me.
Why am I now more interested in your knife collection? What do you carry as far as podcasts? I'm a Spyderco guy.
Well, there was a Bone was one of the guys that Bone Knives. I'm not sure that individual's still around. William Henry, which was a handmade company, kind of went production. That said, their production was almost as good as I thought their one-offs. I have some manufacturers from Canada, but I carry this little William Henry, very specific guy, Damascus steel I like in the blade, some filigree on it, and less gaudy because I actually use the things. What happens is similar with when I build hot rods. You don't want trailer queens, at least I don't. I like to build a car that eventually I will drive, and so much of the design work I see, certainly with some knives, you don't ever want to certainly leave that in a bathroom. Where did I put my knife? Oh,
right.
You know, if it's a pocket knife, I'm not talking about, no, that's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's a knife.
I'm not talking about that, but I love the detail. I love people that have craftsmen. That's what genuine the specific knife makers. I like how detailed the damn thing is made.
Yeah.
With.
I've watched that like Forged in Steel show.
I've seen
Right.
it.
Yeah. I mean, the artistry is just amazing watching.
Amazing, and it's people that take time instead of tearing stuff down, they're making stuff.
Where do you spend winter? Do you spend winter in L.A.? Are you in Detroit? Are you in Kalamazoo?
The genius about L.A. is really a strip mall. It's not. I mean, you'd have to go from the Midwest, where I grew up, in and around Detroit and Denver when I was a kid. That's winter. You get out to Los Angeles, and there's got to if you, for the most part, unless you ski, which I do, winter is a big pain in the ass. I mean, it's just you deal with it. You get out here on a winter night, sometimes it's 72 degrees. You're going, yeah, okay, I see, I get it. I get why people kind of like California, especially Los Angeles, San Diego area. That makes winter a very different. You get used to it and you turn into babies out here because it gets like, God, oh my God, it was 50 degrees the other day.
Oh, I've seen that. They got barrels of fire on every corner. People in hats and scarves. They're like, dude, I'm from Michigan.
Oh man, I tell you, there was a couple summers in Michigan that it was cold, and we had a whole. I swear, one summer it was cloudy the entire summer. And sometimes the weather in Michigan, although I have been blessed to be the voice of Michigan tourism for the last 13 or 14 years.
We hear you on the commercials.
I have a home in northern Michigan, and it is a spectacular state. It is, I've discovered over the years, as I've moved from Denver up to there, and that's why St. Louis was always. My family drove from Michigan to Colorado every summer. And that was the stagecoaches went right through here. And as your kids, you're going, so what?
Who cares? How long till we get there? Come on.
How much longer?
Well, do you have any memories of St. Louis? Not just as a kid, driving.
Yeah, my first big promoter, their whole contemporary. I don't know if they're still located there. They were all there. We usually would do a week in and around St. Louis when we first started, but all the promotion people were from St. Louis. I think I said still headquartered there, and I can't even recall the neighborhood that was so freaking cool there. And yeah, I mean, it was when you get dive into it, then it was restaurants downtown, and I said I thought there was a barbecue joint, but I'm not sure that's the St. Is barbecue there dry rub or like that wet stuff like in Texas?
I think it's both, but
it's a combo of both.
Yeah,
it's a hybrid of both.
We got some great barbecue restaurants.
Yeah, I know you do. That was one of the memories. And I said, there was just a cool neighborhood off of downtown.
Is it the Grove?
Not upper, but
probably the Loop.
The Loop.
Yeah, it was just great. It was great stuff.
Well, you are at Stiefel Theater this coming Friday. And by the way, there was a rumor last year that you died. And did you read that about yourself? You were trending.
Yeah, it was a bad night for me. Yeah, I woke up and I go, "Well, this is weird." And then I came back.
When you look on Twitter, and it's such a weird.
Well, you know it's true if it's on Twitter.
Well, and you see trending topics. You go Tim Allen. You go, oh God,
oh God, and then you have to weed through all the tweets that just say, "Oh, I saw he was trending. What's going on?" I'm like, give me the answer.
No, but I want to talk to somebody who actually was rumored to be dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So did you get phone calls? I'm like, well, your phone blew up?
Yeah, I think because it's funny, not funny to my mom, but it's funny to people that they're on the phone with you. So. Is that true? And I go, well, you're actually talking to me right now. So,
did you?
But I get people real serious. I read this. I know it's probably not true, but I wondered, is everything okay? I'm on the phone with you as we're speaking, so this would be real creepy.
What's the weirdest thing you ever read about yourself?
Oh, jeez. That was you hit the weirdest one, because it reminded me of a Bob Hope story. He was out golfing, and somebody said somebody said the word is you passed today. And he goes, always the last to know.
Well, all of St. Louis will come to see you this coming Friday over at Stiefel Theater. Dude, it's an honor to talk to you.
Yeah,
no, man, I said we put all these concerts off, it's been a great year. I said I always laugh. Leno and I both really love stand-up so much, and especially the two of us were out when he was doing Last Man Standing with me. I said he was out more than me then, and it was people looking at you. So you're doing a 5-day-a-week show, and then you're going out on the weekend. I said I do my show in Vegas at the Mirage, and then I go out on the road. Great towns, St. Louis being one of them. Denver, I really like to do. Dallas, we're coming up on, and then that virus hit and devastated everything. And so many of the guys that I know, musicians included, that relied on being out there, weren't out for 2 years.
Yeah.
And it seems like a dream that this is it. And the best part is back out doing stand-up mostly for me. It's just great to be back on stage, and we've been doing this I went out kind of early. Then we started in Florida, where I guess... As we said, it's great to be in a state that they says, what rules? It was just weird. We were in Miami and then Fort Lauderdale and Jacksonville, and it was just weird. And this was probably 6 months ago. That was that into the far East Coast side of this trip. But now we're going through the Midwest and it's Dallas and down to Arizona. So it's going to be a gas. And I said, I'm loving being able to be on stage again.
Well, I can hear in your voice like you're happy to be on the road again.
Yep.
Who's opening up for you?
Lowell Sanders. Lowell and I grew up together in Detroit. When I moved from Denver to Detroit, it's one of the first guys I met. And he and I have been doing stand-up in and around Detroit since we started and on the road. And now he's on cruise ships when he's not with me. And you're going to get a big kick out of him. I don't let him do too much. He's a little bit too funny, actually.
Don't be funnier than the other guy.
No.
You don't want to be funnier than a headliner. No, absolutely not. Well, there he is, Tim Allen, Friday night, Stiefel Theater. Thank you so much for taking the time, and enjoy your stay in St. Louis.
Thanks, guys, for having me on.
Thanks, there he is, Tim.
Hey, brother.
Holy cow.
Wow. I just said, thanks, Tim. Hey, thanks, Tim.
I said, see ya, buddy. See ya, buddy.
What's wrong with you?
Man,
What the hell you mean? Me and Tim Allen are friends now.
Yeah.
that is awesome.
Oh, it's so great when somebody like that is just conversational and cool, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I know we had 10 minutes. We went a little over, but
Which, by the way, just a little behind the scenes, when that phone started to ring, I watched your whole demeanor change. Like, I was in the middle of reading a story, and I looked up, and you went like, you literally were like looking at me reading the story, and that went up, and you went,
yeah, get ready. Get ready.
No, you did not tense up. You had your game face.
yeah. You were ready.